Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So real quick, this channel is predominantly about War Thunder air simulator battles and also digital combat simulator. So things about flying basically. Um, a lot of the viewers here might not be acquainted with what the game on the screen is. This is Elite Dangerous. It's a space simulator slash game. So I'm going to talk a little bit about it and explain what it is for those people that don't know what the game is, since the people who watch my channel is mostly about War Thunder or DCS. But basically, this is a space simulator, and it's a one-to-one representation of the Milky Way galaxy, which has about 400 billion or so stars. In this game, you can actually visit each and every one of those stars, although you probably won't ever visit all of them, even if you play it every day for the rest of your life. It's not possible. There's too many. In fact, I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure of the exact percent, but I'm pretty sure that less than 1% of the entire, or less than 2% or something like that, of the entire galaxy has been explored by players. So basically, you can go to a lot of places where not a single player has ever even laid eyes on, which is pretty cool. Anyways, you can do a lot more things. You can do mining, which is what I'm doing in the video here. In the video, I'm going to be doing mining via the way of cracking an asteroid open and picking the insides, basically, and then taking the materials and selling them and making a bunch of money. That's basically what I'm going to show in the video. I think it's a really cool process, and it looks great, in my opinion, and for me, it's a fun thing to do. You can also do different things like pirating. You can do transportation flights, like you can carry cargo. You can you can align yourself with like certain factions, and you can do missions with them, so that you can essentially progress with that faction, and you can actually cause changes in certain systems, and those changes are replicated across the entire player base. Because that's the other thing, like, it's almost like everybody that plays in the game and does anything in the galaxy as a whole has an effect that will actually reflect on every single player that plays the game. So it's pretty cool. There's a lot of videos out there. You guys can look up into it if you're interested. But yeah, you can play with your friends. You can fly together. You can do things together. You can fly on the same ship. You can exit the ship and walk around. But anyways, that's kind of a gist of what the game is. But here in the video, I'm going to be showing myself essentially looking for a very specific type of material, and I'm going to be scanning asteroids to find it. And basically, the way that this works is you use a pulse wave scanner. As you can see, that's the little wave of blue going out. It's just scanning the asteroids, and I'm looking for a very intense yellow color, and based on the intensity of the color, it's kind of like a clue of whether it has whether the asteroid has an actual core that contains some material that you might be looking for. And typically you find a hot spot in a planet's ring. That's what this is, what you're seeing here. This is a ring around a planet. You can think of it like the rings of Saturn, but it's not Saturn. It's a different planet in some other star. So you go to the ring, you scan the ring, and you find different hotspots for certain materials, and then you go in and you start looking for these type of asteroids. And on the screen here, this one is one of those. So you can see that it's a very intense yellow. So what I'll do here is I'll release a prospector scanner drone, which will essentially scan the asteroid, and it will let you know if it has a core containing that which you're looking for. So right here, the little prospector will attach itself to the asteroid, and you can see on the bottom left, it has information. Well, I think I shifted the screen a little too fast there, but yeah, it'll tell you. So in this case, this asteroid had what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna look for the cracks on the asteroid, and I'm gonna insert a seismic charge into those parts. And the goal of this is to essentially crack the asteroid open. I mean, it's a pretty cool process, and I'm just gonna let it play and let you guys watch. So this is a pretty sensitive process. You can't place too many charges with the wrong amount of power, because you'll actually overexplode the asteroid. It might not yield what you're looking for if you do that. And you can place too little because then it won't crack. Now that we've set the charges, we want to move back at least 1 kilometer, or else you're actually going to take damage from the blast.
Detonation in 10 seconds. Cargo scoop deployed. Programming limit drone.
So yeah, so that right there is how you crack an asteroid open. You can also do different types of mining. You can also just there's a laser you can use to mine the surface of asteroids, although you won't be getting the same quality of materials as if you would by cracking it open. Anyways, there's different things you can do. Right there, I just released 2 collector limpet drones. So those drones are basically going to collect the fragments. So right there you can see I'm using the abrasion blaster to detach the fragments that are still stuck to the inside parts of the broken up asteroid. So I'm gonna get those parts detached, and then the collector limpet drones are gonna collect them, and they're gonna put them in the vessel for us to carry. Now, there's a lot of customization you can do to your ships. You can fit your ships with weapons, you can participate in wars, you can participate in combat, you can participate in bounty hunting, you can do whatever you want pretty much. In this case, I outfitted my ship mostly with mining equipment. So the ship has a refinery to refine the raw components that I'm collecting right now. So those chunks that I'm separating from the rocks, they're raw. When the limpet drones collect them and put them inside of the ship, they go into a refinery, and the refinery turns them into a component that you can actually sell and make money from. But yeah, you can outfit your ship with like different amounts of cargo space, fuel, whatever. So anyways, that right there, I finished collecting all of the fragments, and we're pretty much done with this part. So now we're gonna go ahead and do it for another asteroid. Now, this is gonna be way faster. I'm just gonna quickly play through it because I don't want you guys to have to sit through a whole bunch of waiting. Now, that's the other thing I haven't talked about. By the way, it's late as hell. I don't know if I said it already, but I am not sponsored, by the way. I don't want you guys to think that I'm sponsored trying to sell something. I'm not. I really like the game, and a lot of people don't know about it, so I'm just sharing a little bit about it. One thing that I haven't mentioned is the game is pretty damn grindy. That's actually a gripe that a lot of people have with the game. If you can't look past that, then it's probably not for you. I can look past it. I don't mind grinding. I find the process of grinding fun, so I don't mind it. To me, it's not really a factor, but I think it's worth mentioning that it is very grindy. It's not so quick to make money in the game. You can, for example, like I'll put it into perspective. The ship I'm flying in the game right now is called the Anaconda. I can't remember how much it is because I bought it a few years ago. I haven't bought another ship since because I haven't had the need for it, but I might buy a few more coming up. I think this ship was like 100 and something million credits. 100 million something credits. This single mining run, I was able to extract all of this material that I was able to sell, and I think I sold for around 68 million credits. So that's like probably around close to half of the cost of the ship. But it took me about an hour maybe to mine all of this. In the video, you guys aren't really getting the full picture. I was flying around the asteroid, not the asteroid belt, sorry, the planet's ring. I was flying around this very specific area looking for this asteroid for a while, maybe like 20 minutes or 30 minutes before I found a single asteroid that had the components, and then I had to repeat that process maybe a few times. So I actually mined like 3 or 4 asteroids, although you guys are not going to see that. You guys only see me mining 2, the one I just did and this one right here. But anyways, that's just a quick overview of this process. So after this, I'm going to go ahead and go to the actual station that's um, buying the material that I just mined for. And it's pretty cool because you're going to see me here um, finding the actual um, star system that has the station that's actually buying that for the price that I'm looking to sell, which is around 800,000 credits per unit or 900,000, something like that. There's third-party tools you can use, websites and sorts that you can find this information, and you can find the component that you're mining, and then it'll tell you which star um, either has it or is likely to have it. So you can visit that and you can actually see if it's there. And then you can also use another third-party tool to see which stations are buying that for the highest price. Because the game has a built-in economy system and it's pretty in-depth. It has a market system and not every station is going to buy and sell things for the same price. So anyways, here I'm going to jump to Super Cruise. We're going to leave this planet and then we're going to start jumping from star to star to get to that port. Anyways, let's let it play. I also want to go ahead and put something a little bit in perspective. You see that 31.5 LY right there? That stands for light years. And it says that the estimated time to get there at the current speed will be greater than a year. Yeah, that's correct. You can actually fly there in real time. It would take you more than a year to get there at this speed, which we're flying about the speed of light right now. You can see the speed in C increasing on the bottom right there, 2 point something C, 2.3 C. That's 3 times the speed of light. Anyways, we're just gonna do a hyperspace jump so you can see we're flying thousands of times faster than light now, and that's basically how you travel from star to star. But if you wanted to, you could actually sit through and do the whole trip, which would take you a stupidly long time. Like you could spend months, years traveling. I mean, if you um if you went at regular speed, you know, like a couple hundred meter per second, it would actually take you thousands of years in real time, probably more than that to reach these places. So the distances are actually one to one, and they're insanely large. So, anyways, just wanted to point that out for the folks that don't know. Um, so right here, you're gonna see me doing something else. So I equipped the ship with something called the fuel scooper. We're essentially using some stars. There are some stars that you can use to do this, where you can take fuel from the star, and what that is plasma. Some of the stars emit plasma, and if you fly closer, if you orbit the star at a very close distance, you can actually scoop up that plasma and use it as a fuel. So you can refuel essentially. You can think of it like mid-air refueling with another airplane, except you're doing it with a star. So I take fuel and I'm continuing to jump here. Um, right here you'll see a different type of star. This will be a pulsar. So I actually I wasn't really paying much attention when I was plotting the path, and I wasn't expecting this to be here, and I actually got a little freaked out. You gotta be careful with approaching some of these objects because they're extremely massive and dense, and they have a ton of gravity, and sometimes if you get too close to them, you actually take a ton of damage. You can also go to black holes. You can go to the center of the galaxy. It would take you a few hours to get there jumping from star to star, probably longer than that. you actually might spend several hours, um, potentially several days. I've never actually traveled to the center of the galaxy. It's like 25,000 light years away from where we are right now. Um, but yeah, you could do that if you wanted to. You can actually travel to the black hole in the center of the galaxy, the Sagittarius A star, which is a supermassive black hole. You can actually go to it, which is pretty cool. There's a few videos out there on YouTube that they show that. Definitely recommend you watch them if you're interested. Anyways, let's continue to let this play. So right here, we're just doing the same thing. We're taking some fuel, and we're gonna arrive at our destination here shortly.
4, 3, 2,
So here you can see me targeting the orbital port that we're gonna use to sell the materials that we just mined. It's this one right here. So we arrived at the star. Now we actually have to fly to it. So we're super cruising to it. We're flying faster than light right now. Right now we're flying the speed of light, and now slower than light, 50%, so. And here we arrived to it, and you gotta. There's certain regulations you gotta go through. You gotta request permission to land and that sort of thing. And if you violate these things, they'll 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 impose fines on you, and in some cases they'll shoot you down.
Landing permitted. Adjust heading for approach to pad 40. Approach is good. Maintain current heading.
landing gear deployed.
Meters from touchdown. On deck, notifying ground crew. Glad you arrived safely, Commander.
Another really cool thing that might be really cool for some of you guys to witness is the sense of scale. You can't really tell the sense of scale by watching from this point of view, but I'm going to show you a little bit of footage of me walking outside this very ship that we're flying, just so you can kind of see the sense of scale that of this game. So this ship is actually quite massive. So let's give it a look. So yeah, there you have it. Pretty massive ships. There's actually bigger ships that you can purchase. There's one called a fleet carrier, where it's literally like a supermassive carrier. It's huge. You can park that in one of them. It's huge. But anyways, this will be it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and If not, well then let me know in the comments section. I just kind of wanted to see how you guys react to a video like this. And remember, I'm not sponsored or anything like that. Just thought it'd be really cool to share. I've been actually meaning to make a video on this for a while now, just to show the mining aspect of things. It's one of my favorite things to do. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one. God bless all of you.